Hey everybody, I know it's been a while since you've seen me, but I've been traveling. But anywho's, I'm just sitting here thinking. You notice how God gave us all the gift of common sense? Well, it's one of those moments that you just have throughout the day, and you can't sit back and tell me you don't. In this day and time, a whole bunch of truth been sitting back opening up. A lot of folks sit back be trying to ignore it, but it's kind of hard to ignore. Over about 3, 4, 5 years ago, it was this DVD collection came out about blood sacrificing. Now, me, quite frankly, I was one of those people that was found out freshly new to the truth. Now, don't get me wrong, I was never a puppet. Oh no, I've been questioning things for my entire life. I always question everything. I can't help that. You know, it's best to be wise rather than just walk in a straight line with everybody. That's just the way I feel. I'm the type of person, I'm quick to get out of line. That's just me. Because I don't like following everybody. Like just sitting here thinking, sitting here thinking about history, the course of history. Why they chose certain people for history and all that stuff. Like, for example, Martin Luther King. All Martin Luther King basically teached about was peace. I ain't got nothing against the man's methods, but I mean, hey, all I can sit back and say, well, that's going a little too far. All I can say is that I felt like they used him, and it was just his time to go. When they was done using him, they bumped him off. Same thing they did to Malcolm X. Malcolm X was the strength of the black people. He wanted you to fight back. His own people bumped him off. Now, some people may sit back and say there was just hatred or way he found out when he went over in Israel. That's true. That could be true. But then again, come on now. Malcolm X and Martin Luther King was a part of the same old thing that God spoke against. You have a lot of wolves in sheep clothing. Like another example, JFK. Now, they could have bumped him off because of the secrecy speech, or they could have bumped him off because he was agreeing with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. They could have bumped him off for plenty of reasons, but all three of these men was knocked off in a very extremely violent manner. I mean, Martin Luther King was shot in the heart, I believe. Malcolm X was shot with a 12 gauge or a shotgun. And JFK was killed in front of the whole entire world. Everybody seen his brains and everything get splattered everywhere. And that's kind of messed up, but that's the way of this world. Now, what I don't agree with is a lot of atheists. They quick to sit back and say that they don't believe it's a God, this and that and all that. Look, I'm here to tell you, atheists is not born. It's something happened in their life that make them not believe in God. You know, I mean, he didn't come through at a certain time or something, that they was getting taught a lesson or something, and they just caused them to not believe. I mean, I just think about all kinds of stuff. Like when Abraham Lincoln was killed in that theater, shot in the back of the head. Come on now. You know, and he went all that clean himself. And wait a minute before I get to that, let's rewind back to JFK. He went all that clean himself as well. I mean, another reason why he probably was killed is because he had that threesome with his brother Bobby with Marilyn Monroe. Yes, a lot of people sit back and look up to this hoe and have her picture on their shirt, and I even seen this article one time on Facebook sitting back saying this is how a woman's supposed to look. Let me tell you something. That's not no role model. That was one of the biggest whores on the face of this planet. Okay? All she did was smile and flash her skirt and messed around with every man that had some sort of power. Alright? I'm just going to be honest with you. Now, a lot of people probably sit back and disagree. But I'm sorry, that's just my own opinion. And the opinion shows. It shows what I'm talking about. It shows the evidence. And now let's take it back to JFK. He could have got killed for that reason. His wife could have had him bumped off. Because tell me something that's very mysterious about the video of him getting bumped off like he did. Why is it that when he was shot the first time, why is it that she was holding down looking at him or whatever? I'm pretty sure she probably was sitting back saying, "Are you alright?" Or she probably shot him her damn self. Because why is it that it wasn't no blood splattered on her if the bullet came that way? You know? Is it possible that she could have been holding a gun up to his head the opposite way and blow his head out on that side? Think about it. Just think about it. I know a lot of people sat back and thought about this. Just think now. Think. God gave us all common sense to think. I like retracting history because it's interesting. Just think about it. I mean, that is one murder that has been a conspiracy theory for a long time. This man actually sat back and spoke about that in a speech about secrecy. Alright? And these are one of the things why he probably was killed now. But then again, the fourth reason I believe that his wife had him killed. Or she probably did it herself. Because nobody can see a small little gun, right? A little 45. Can't see that. Come on now, why every camera angle was always pointing on that side of his head? This was orchestrated. Come on now, think about it. Because if you shoot a person on the side of this head, I'm pretty sure the meat gonna come out that way. That way. Think about it. When JFK got shot in the head that second time, the kill point, why did the meat go out that way, and why was his wife over here? Think about it. And yes, I am pointing fingers. I don't really care. Alright. Moving on. Malcolm X, he was murdered. Alright. All he ever did was try to give his people strength. He followed the Nation of Islam to the end. But when he started finding out some truth, you notice how quick they bumped their brother off? Come on now. I guess he found out that them niggas was in cahoots with the bad guys. Look, it never was a race war. I believe that the shadow government get bored and they just start something. But a lot of people be open their eyes up lately and you really can't start nothing. Like with the whole Trayvon Martin case. They tried to start a race war then between the Latinos and the blacks. But it didn't work, did it? No, it did not. Because people farsighted it. Let's check out the Boston run or whatever that was. The massacre. A lot of truthers were sent back showing different videos of all the hoax that was going on with that. That didn't work. Let's check out the shooting at the little elementary. I forgot the name of the elementary name. That didn't work either. You know? So it's a lot of people been opening up their eyes to all these these orchestrated hosts in history now. You know, you could try to put something together. But God been opening up a lot of people's eyes. Especially a big thumbs up to the people on YouTube that sit back and make videos and open up people's eyes. To have them to think. Use your brain. Okay? If something don't seem right, if something don't feel right to you, don't sit back and just follow the line and follow everybody or whatever. Just think about it yourself. God gave us all common sense. Think about it yourself. If it don't feel right to you, it must not be right. I'm just saying. Alright? I'm just saying. Shoot. I'm just saying, man. Just think about it. You know? A lot of people sit back and claim that Abraham Lincoln was a good man when he was a slave master too. A lot of people don't know that the first slave master was a black man. Come on now, just think about it. Think about it. All you gotta do is read, man. A lot of black folks today, a lot of folks, period. It ain't just black folks, a lot of just generation don't read. Read. I bet you didn't know that glass is made out of sand. Just read. Shoot, it all started in Italy. Just read. Italy. Okay, they invented glass with sand. That's where it all started at. Just read. It's a powerful thing. Turn off your TV. Turn off the phones and the tablets and all that stuff. Just read. Read. You can find out all kinds of stuff. You can make all kinds of games in your mind. All kinds. But anyway, God bless y'all. I hope you love the video. Don't forget the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a blessed day. Put God first, man. Coming from the Omegason.